And we're back at the Liquidator again in the Blossom Festival. Welcome guys to yet another Shadow Fight video by Boston Modern. Today we're going to be running Liquidator in the Blossom Festival, where we're going to be running, unfortunately, the same kind of build. So you gotta bear out with me while I'm doing that. But the raw gameplay that I can get out of this is definitely going to carry the video, hopefully. Hopefully it will carry the video. So, for you guys who may not know what the Liquidator build, purpose build that I do, it's basically meant to make sure that I deal damage with the set bonus that it has, because whenever enemies at 0 shadow bar, whenever enemy has no shadow bar, we'll deal more damage. And that's the goal for today. So there will be a lot of weapon slashing and also crossbow pulling up and shooting. And without anything to say, I was just going to be looking to the Liquidator head speeds and explain the perks that we're going to be doing. Starting off from the head, damage return to return the damage, electroshock to shock, and the same thing for the armor with rock. And the ripping kit, we're going to be running harvester, berserk, and shadow burn. Now shadow burn is just to help emphasize the Scourge Liquidator. It can be like a secondary way to make sure that the shadow energy will actually burn, although I can actually have the set for itself and run with another legendary perk, Bastard, to actually give a stun ability, but I want to make sure that the enemy will lose their shadow energy no matter what, and this will make sure that the enemy will lose shadow energy in form of damage conversion. That can all be emphasized by berserk, and there's several other perks that could have replaced right here. That could have been, for example, Predator on the armor, and there's something more. Electroshock, that is actually why it actually shows Electroshock. It's kind of an unlikely build to put on the legionary. It has 3 seconds, which is a medium length. It's like a minimum call of medium length of a perk. It gives you 3 seconds of decreased enemy defense. That's what it is, meaning that you can do more damage. And by that, the Electroshock can emphasize the damage that I'll deal through with Berserk. And the Berserk will also emphasize the Shadow Burn that I'm going to be burning my opponent with. So all of these perks, they all go together. The defensive perks of Electroshock and Damage Retribution, they just, not Damage Return. Well, Damage Return doesn't really do help. It just is standalone for defensive purposes to return damage and even out the battle. But Electroshock is a different story. Electroshock will help emphasize the Berserk, which in then also will emphasize the Shadow Burn. And pretty much if the opponent loses their defense, they're gonna get increased Shadow Burn, extra damage from Shadow Burn, and then they're gonna get more damage, in which is gonna give even more Shadow Burn. That's the whole entire idea. And you might be wondering why Boston Modern, me myself, are not putting a special move and put rock. And that's because rock is there in case I get hit with a critical hit. Then I should not actually fall and actually get to use the Electroshock perk to deal damage back to the opponent. That's the whole entire idea of using the Liquidator set in this manner right here. So the Electroshock right here is paired with rock. It's backed up with rock so that it can actually be used, and not that the perk gets thrown away because I just get knocked down by the critical hit. So I'll make sure that I have as little occasions like that as possible with rock. So damage return does what they do. They're a standalone, help even out the battle if I get hit, and if I get hit and get rock, that's also got a favor for Electroshock. Electroshock activates, it's gonna emphasize both of these offensive perks, in which it will ultimately help me drain the opponent's shadow energy and get more damage from Scourge Liquidator, in which Berserk is gonna probably emphasize that, and Shadow Burn will no longer be in use. It's only the Berserk damage that's gonna be amplified. So that's the entire plan for the perk right here, and I've run the same thing in the Menace of the Swamps event where I tried to fight against the Swamper, and I think I had a really close battle right there, and I definitely think this will be another close battle right here in the Waste of the Legion number 15. So without anything further to say, let's hop into the battle. Now it's time to demonstrate what I actually mean right here with this kind of unlikely build that I'm doing right here. So what's the difference? So you might be thinking, why am I running Harvester? It's just horizontal strikes, 3-4 horizontal strikes, right? Well, let me tell you this, is that Horizontal has its own manner. It is similar to Grinder, but the difference between Harvester and Grinder is that Harvester starts with slashing swords, from inwards out, while Grinder starts slashing from outwards and across horizontally. Both do horizontally, but both start differently and actually have different amount of strikes, and they end a little different as well. That's also one thing to mention right there, because Harvester starts a little bit slower because they have to swing in the manner they do, but they land 4 strikes. That is the main difference. They land 4 strikes, meaning they can actually push back the opponent and do even more combos, whilst Grinder can only do 3 strikes, and it's a little bit faster. And now we're fighting against the Naginata bot. So yeah, basically that's the difference between Grinder and Harvester. It's just Harvester is faster but at less strikes, while Grinder is faster but have less strikes, but Harvester is slower but have more strikes than the Harvester. That's just the main difference. You have critical strike, look at that. That's what you get with having the Electroshock. Electroshock actually turned out to be really good in occasions like this, and if you back them up with Rock, you gotta have a pretty nice gameplay of using the Electroshock. So definitely good to pair those all along. It does help, although the downside is you have to get hit, and the idea would be to confiscate any perfect runs. That is the downside of using the perk. But it helps end opponents faster with the price of actually getting hit, which is something you have to think about a little bit right there. So basically, if I get hit by Steel Sakura in the end of this event right here, this event run, then I will probably receive a lot of damage, and that is where people actually start to get skeptical. But no need to be that, because if Electroshock activates, then I basically get more damage to do with. And I get another bonus damage that I do, but the opponent keeps blocking my attacks. Well, the bot keeps blocking my attack because of the insta-reply logic that the developers have just introduced to the bot itself. Really nice-ish way of actually teaching players to do various combos, and does not always, in my sense of feeling, because whenever I do some combos, they may end up blocking those important chains that will just put you in an unsafe distance between you and your opponent, and that's just gonna result into getting hit and all of that stuff regarding the opponents hitting you. And he literally just 50 my health, just like that, which is silly. Which is really silly. It's as silly as it can get. Just by that. Alright, we pull up the crossbow again, shoot you. Can I do that? Nope, okay. Well, I'm just gonna keep doing this. And keep doing my combos, that is. Look at that. Liquidator set, man. Liquidator set, what can I say? It is beautiful. And we finally face Steel Sakura. And he just started by counterattacking me. And I actually thought I was just gonna presume him to go towards me. And he does that. No, I'm not falling for that. Again. Seeing these moves too much in the game. Good thing I had Rock. And not good thing that this Sakura acting like the stage 8 Sakura. Nope, you're not gonna use that attack. You're not allowed. And what just happened right there? I'm just gonna pull my crossbow. What are you gonna do? Yep, your crit charge ran out. So now you cannot use that. I'm just gonna continue to do my thing right here. There we go. Yeah, come on, mano a mano. Legionnaire versus a herald combat style, fist style. Come on. It's gonna be keep doing the things I do. Alright. Fire, yep. Longer. Do that. And outsmarted you with the legendary fist style. That's why you always gotta keep the spirit up, even though the worst things can happen to you. Even though the worst things can happen to you, like a temporal defeat. Basically. That's what keeps me up and going and want to make these YouTube videos, so I can actually see what else should I do to get around with the bot I'm playing against. Alright. And actually I feel like I was forbidden to do the harvesting move right there. Do that, and maybe now, yeah, right time to do that. Let the crossbow do this. Look at that, he gets smashed by my swords. Do the uppercut, and I win that battle, and I win that battle with a perfect number. Dang, man, I would end that battle with a perfect number. But either way, we're on to something right here against Steel Computer. First stage, that is. That, yeah, he wasn't having any ideas of doing the basic move, which is basically so perfect for guard. And what am I doing? I wasn't even trying to do a roll right there. And that saved me, which is lucky. That saved me. It became my savior of the saviors. So I must actually take that. I must take that kindly, man, because that helped me actually win the battle. Nice, nice, nice. And I actually have something for the future videos. I was thinking about doing waiting vibes, but then I was thinking, what other stuff should I do? I've gotten some questions regarding stuff that I already answered, but maybe I should do like a Q&A whenever I actually reach 500 subs, and by that, it's only 40 more subs, around 40 more subs until that can happen, in which I'll do the face reveal, and that's gonna be all fun. Can we actually reach 40 more subs, guys? Be sure to share this. Be sure to share my content for me. See if your friends like my content and maybe subscribe to me. That would be interesting. Just share the video to friends and family, friends of friends, and friends of friends of friends. You know the drill. If you guys did enjoy the content so far, be sure to hit that like button and also hit the subscribe button if you're new and enjoy my overall content, that is. And I say it again at the end of the video, but enjoy the current gameplay I'm about to deliver right here. Do that, and that definitely made a lot of sense. And look at the damage return, evens out the battle in a good pace. And that's basically what happened. Basically, whenever I had damage returned, that is definitely for the case of dealing damage, because all in all, Legionnaires want to deal damage despite their slowness to show their weapon supremacy based on solid steel and power from their muscular muscles. And this is gonna be jumping straight forward and knock her down, man. Look at that. Look at that. Just knocking her down pretty elegantly with a near perfect score. That is something I like to see every day, man. That's something I like to see every day. I don't get to see that often. Even though I know I can. Gonna do that. Do that. Nope, you're not gonna do any of those attacks. Alright. Look at this. We are going with the liquidator. And an elegant finish with shadow abilities right there. Just a little. Alright, so this is the 7 out of 8 battle, meaning that I have to be a little bit wary of what I should be doing right here, because now that happened, and I do not like that when that happens, so I've got to be a little bit extra cautious right here. And that was not what I want to do, but it helped a little, I must say. Do that. Roll back. Did that. I tried that, but missed. Try for a very nasty forward dash throw. I do this. That. I gotta throw a shuriken. Nope. And that was literally the wrong freaking button. I wasn't even supposed to try to roll right there. If I actually was anticipating and knew when the bot was anticipating to throw a shuriken at me, then I would definitely know when to roll. But that was not even intended to freaking try to roll right there. So that was quite unlucky that I just ended up getting hit like that. Oh. Look at that. At least I got some reflexes on this, which I'm happy of. Look at that. Just gotta wait until it gets up and do this. Wait till it gets up again. Use the keep up logic. And that guys, is one of the most unfair moments in the game. It certainly is. Now that is never taken mildly by any player. That's what I know. And you always love to do that. You literally always love to do that. I swear to God. You gotta move. I was asking this bot, are you actually gonna move or not? Like, freaking move! Make an action movie. Look at that. Like, freaking make an action movie, man. This is fighting, not just stand there and waiting. Like, really, bot. And he's trying to go for defensive. I try to do this. And what happened to the backwards throw right there? What happened? I'm not entirely sure. But what I do know is I'm draining his shadow bar so that he cannot get into his shadow form. Thus gives me the advantage. And what was that? Do that. Alright, let me just try to crossbow him. And apparently I was still in shadow form, surprisingly. So I'm not gonna complain for now, maybe later. Okay, now I just reset it back to normal. Okay. Just reset it back to normal. We're okay. I was happy that he did that, because if he did any faster move, I would have already been hit. Because I thought he was going to throw a shuriken. Now he did. Look at that. Do this. Okay, wrong anticipation. That ain't good. And he also does a lot of damage with those kicks, which is not really fun to see. Let me do the forward dash throw, which I freaking fail. And this is what gets. This is what happens. This is what Neki thinks and expects of every one of us, to think that one mistake and you're pretty much just gonna receive a lot of damage. That's what the developers are thinking. They ain't thinking any mercy of us. Like, they ain't even cool with the players, which means a lot of the players pissed off by this AI logic. And look at that berserk damage, man. That's what we're talking about. If I have the Shadowfire Arena logic right there, where you can kick no matter what, not just depending on the position, then it would have been extra lovely. But now, it's my win. Definitely like that berserk damage from the nasty heavy swing right there. And this is where games can take long, or short, or both ways. Just gotta wait and see what happens. Definitely taking the wrong anticipation right there. And again. Let me see. Do that. Let me just do a classic forward dash. Do that. Okay, that was actually not cool, man. So what happened right here was I tried to do a backwards throw and forgot that the backwards throw needed a closer range in order to perform. I could have actually done a forward throw whenever he did that, but even that, I may still fail because the range given is actually extremely close to even be able to perform a forward throw. So I literally have to be thinking about that as I'm trying to outsmart this freaking bot right here, which is not an easy task. It's rather easier said than done. That's what I have to say to y'all. Easier said than actually done, because now I literally just get the most unfair freaking thing that can ever happen to me. Yep, that's lovely. Oh, and I missed. Look at that. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. I missed an attack, but I had some of my own attacks that can actually help me a little bit right here. Shadow ability is definitely saved for the betterment of the better. Just gonna fire that. You gotta fire one of your harpoon. Yeah, you do. And I kick you down, giving a score of even to even. So that's something I'm happy about. That is definitely something I'm happy about right there. The ways of the Legion. There are many ways to tackle your opponent. There is. And I was definitely not concentrating while I said that, so maybe I'll try to concentrate a little bit extra. Freaking forward dash throw. Kind of get skeptical the more I use it, and definitely the more this freaking bot counters me. Whenever I think I was the one who countered him. Oh, that would have been so lovely. Oh, nope. Come on, fool the harpoon. Yes. Look at that. And he's going to be exposed. Oh, he tried to do that. Alright. And, yep. That freaking failed. Although I kind of don't find it to be senseful either. This has actually been taking a little bit longer. Yes, it does. Always does take longer with these bosses right here. But I still appreciate time taken and still do not appreciate the logic of instant reply bot. Do that. What are you gonna do? Yep, and I literally... That's the thing. As you guys saw right there, I tried to continue my attack and it never works. It just never freaking works. Alright? With an opponent whose stats rig is made super duper unfair and have some of the most unfair logics that is out there, out to date. That's what makes this bot not cool to deal with. Really, it just makes the bot not cool to deal with at all, because the weapon he uses has guards and has reaches, so you're definitely not gonna get away that particularly easily to say with short words right here, short description. And if you happen to land your second attack after your initial attack, it's not even worth trying to do the third, because it's actually rare they actually manage to land second attacks, but I haven't even seen myself managing to land the third attack after the second attack, because apparently you aren't really meant to do consecutive attacks. You're just meant to take this spot bit by bit, and if you want to try for a secondary attack type, then you have to wait for the bot. Like the stagger between one attack and the attack you're planning must be so short that you're actually thinking that it's possible to do it. And this is how Neki rewards players who just misses one time. This is literally how the developers rewards players who misses just that one crucial moment of their fighting, which still ain't even cool. That just ain't even cool, man. Alright, at least I got that, because he didn't push me back. He didn't push me back this time whenever I did that, so that's good. Can I do that? Yes, sir. Oh my goodness, I was kind of skeptical right there. Do this, do that, back. Alright, forward, which is gonna be making... Yeah, it makes a real fun battle, I know. And why, man? I actually thought I was gonna dodge that. I actually forget that backwards roll is actually going to be a little bit slower than a forwards roll, because forwards roll has a little bit more mobility than a backwards roll. And why? I feel like I'm forbidden to start with harvest at the first run. Like, what the heck, game? What the actual heck? What are you gonna do? Come on, pull the harpoon, man. Pull the harpoon. Yeah, look at that. And I'm just not gonna even try. I'm not gonna even try to do the third attack after that, because you have to be so confident that the distance and the stagger allows it to happen. Alright, let me do this. And I feel like I was just forbidden to do that. Oh my goodness. Oh, are you joking me? Oh my god. Oh! Gotta take my chance, although it's gonna not make a fairly interesting battle. I apologize for that. But I also tried to win here, not just the bot. It's not just the bot that tries to win, it's also me who tries to win, and I have to try to find a way and just adjust the tune of the battle for my own part a little bit, for my own good. That's what we're here for too, at least. Oh, he lost his weapon. Could it be game over though? That's one thing, because he can still counterattack me. And I make one of those silly looking mistakes that I don't even want to comprehend at all, although I have to, which is sad. Yep, and he still deals a lot of damage, despite being only with fists. Are you gonna win? Oh my goodness. Ha! I'm rolling back. I'm just gonna fight one of these. What are you gonna do? Nope. This is my win. Yeah, I actually realized, okay, maybe not do close confrontation combat and end up trying to do attacks that allow me to roll backwards, give myself some range, and actually pull out the crossbow to pressure the bot. And of course, he doesn't get knocked down by the crossbow shot, because I feel like his health is getting severe, meaning, and by that I mean that he just takes less damage within those last 5% of health, which is gonna make a really unfair battle. But maybe not. Maybe it's not like that. But that's how I feel every time the opponent's very low on health, and they just happen to just take a little bit of damage, like they were on stage 8 boss. before they actually get knocked down. That's actually what makes this event feel like it's not doing it 100% fair to me. Like I feel like it's playing games with me at multiple occasions that I see the health bar doesn't actually go down naturally like I do with my opponents right here. Or it might be just me not looking at the stats, because if we actually had the health numbers, I could have checked out the video I made right now. For example, if the video actually had numbers like Shadow Fight Arena, maybe I could have taken the damage and just roughly put up an average damage that the opponent does to me, and actually figure out how much damage he could have done. But then again, this is all factors by whatever perks the opponent has, which is pretty much none, because the bots in this event doesn't even have perks. It's just certain events that have perks, like the upcoming Sanguine Forest event that actually gives them perks, and as per so on. So that is something that is something for you guys to think about. All of that bot-based damage that they can do. Other than that, I did manage to run successfully the Liquidator right there. I actually felt like I should have run the Liquidator on Grand, because I ain't really that used to Spear. And to be also honest, I should have actually made a video about running the Lion Prize set in the beta test account, but now I can't really do that because events are closed, and that is because the beta test has been just pulled away. It is now over because we have this update that was made right here. I was kind of questioning myself why. Okay, if we press continue right now, I was kind of questioning myself why we actually just got this update right here. Really? Why really this update that was just about adding sets? We already have these two sets that I fortunately made video of, and we have yet to see the Valor set, which apparently takes longer than expected. I don't know, maybe it's complicated programming. I guess this had a fairly complicated programming based on putting an aura, blinking aura, and then summoning a character that's just gonna spin around with a saber all the time. I kind of wish for different animations, which actually would have given it even better sense of character, that different kinds of characters is popping out, which also gonna enhance the feeling that you're actually a Shogun from Shadow Fight 2. But then again, if they actually did that, it would be for a disadvantage to us too, that it will catch us by surprise. Like, we can't calibrate, we can't use those bots to exactly calibrate the attacks if all of the attacks are random and it pulls out around the bot. So that it's definitely going to catch us by surprise. So the advantage of only have one bot animation is for us to actually have an easier time calibrating when the shadow bot's going to attack and what condition it is, because there are certain conditions with the shadow bot itself. But that's a question that we can answer a little bit farther later on right here. That was pretty much it, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy the video where I ran the Liquidator against the Blossom Festival, smashing the heralds in the pure European legionary way. Behold the Legion. You basically behold the Legion, man, because Spear, I will prick them. I will prick down Sakura one day. I will prick down Sakura one day in Grand, and definitely prick down the Indus opponent. It's gotta happen, believe me, guys. Just trust me when that revenge comes by. And until then, I'll catch you guys in another video.